Today we're going to work on finding percent of a number. So let's start with this problem. Of the 400 seats in the auditorium, only 80% of them are filled. How many seats are filled? So today we know the percent and we want to know the how many. So we're finding a percent of a number. Method 1 is going to have us start by finding a picture. 400 seats is 100% of the total. So first we want to find out how much 1% is. So 100% equals 400 seats. To get 1%, I'm going to take 400 divided by 100, which is 4 seats. But then I want 80%. So I'm going to take 4 times 80, and that gives me 320 seats. So 320 seats are filled. 1% was 4 seats, and then I took that times 80. Method 2 goes to the multiplication method, because remember that of means multiply. 80% of them being the 400 seats. So 80% of the 400. And 80% is 80 over 100 times 400. If I reduce my 400 to 4 and my 100 to 1, I got 80 times 4, which is also 320. So I can use the model, find 100%, find 1%, and then 80%. Or I can just take 80% times 400 and make my 80% be 80 over 100. Pause the video and try one of the methods to solve this one. In this one he has $800 and he spent 20% of the money. So in the first method we have our box of $800, and we're going to find 1%, and then the question wants to know 20% is how much. So 100% equals 800. To find 1%, I'll divide that 800 by 100 to give me 8 is 1%, and then I want to know 20%. So 8 times 20 is $160. Using my multiplying method, 20% of the money, 20% times 800, so 20% times 800 would be 20 100ths, because percent means per hundred, times 800 over 1. Reduce this to 8, reduce this to 1. 20 times 8 is $160, same as we got with the model. Mrs. Hill earns a monthly salary of $4,400. She spends 25% of the salary on rent, 30% on food. What percent of the money is left? Then how much money is left? Let's start with percent. This $4,400 is all of her money. So that would be the 100%. So if she has 100% of her money and she spent 25% and 30%, she spent 55%. So 100 minus 55 means 45% is left. So now if the 100, for the second question, if the 100% is $4,400, that would be my 100%. To find 1%, I'm going to divide this by 100, and that would give me 44. So 44 is 1%. I need to know how much 45% is. So I'm going to take 44 times 45, and that will give me $1,980 left. I also could have taken 45% of, which means times, 4,400. That would have been 45 over 100 times 4,400 over 1. Dividing by 100 gives me 1 and 44. And so multiplying 45 times 44 still gives me 1,980. Again, you can choose either method to find your answer. Pause the video and try this problem. Be sure to answer both questions. This time there's 1,200 goats, chickens, and ducks in the farm, so that's our 100%. But we have to take away the 20% plus the 45% that are goats and chickens to get what percent are ducks. So this 20 and 45 makes 65%, and then 100 minus 65 is 35% are ducks. So my 100%, if I did it the model way, is 1,200 goats. So if I want to find my 1%, 100% is 1,200. 1% means I divide this by 100, and that would give me 12. So 12 would be 1%, but I need to find 35%. That would be how many? So now I take 12 times 35%, and that gives me 420 animals that are ducks. Using the multiply method, it says what percent are ducks? How many are ducks? Well, 35% of times 1,200 would give me the ducks. So that's 35 over 100 times 1,200 over 1. Divide by 100, that leaves me 35 times 12, which just gave me the 420.